Plan Mexico was hatched by Presidents Bush and Calderon without any consultation from the U.S. or Mexican Congresses.
Officially known as the Merida Initiative, Plan Mexico is immediately likened to the failures and violence of Plan Colombia that has led to an increase in human rights violations and cocaine production. Stopping Plan Mexico has been named by the Center for International Policy as one of the top 3 challenges to protect attempts to build more just and peaceful societies in Latin America.
Plan Mexico would provide $1.5 billion in U.S. taxpayer monies and equipment to the Mexican military, police, and intelligence services. None of the aid contemplated in this first package of a proposed 3-year deal goes where it's most needed: addiction prevention and rehabilitation in America and local development financing in Mexico. Sending equipment to the Mexican police and military in the context of unprosecuted human rights violations encourages impunity. Is this what Americans want our government to do with our tax money?
In November, the United Steelworkers came out against Plan Mexico and issued a statement demanding congressional hearings after police violence against miners in Mexico.
Increased surveillance, secret police, and paramilitary activities endangers the civil liberties of the general population, especially activists, union leaders, and indigenous peoples. The invasion by U.S. mercenary companies such as Blackwater and direct U.S. involvement in the Mexican military would lead to a client-state relationship that compromises Mexican national sovereignty and would lead to an increase in U.S. interventionist and even imperial foreign policy.
This security initiative is proposed in the context of opening up the Mexican economy to further privatization and exploitation by multinational corporations. Plan Mexico emphasizes interdiction and as such would expand the failed drug war in Colombia. Even a study conducted by the conservative RAND Drug Policy Research Center for the U.S. Army found that treatment is, quote, 10 times more cost-effective than interdiction.
Plan Mexico imagines anti-terrorist measures to confront an international threat that does not exist in Mexico and would reinterpret migration as organized crime. Mexico needs and deserves U.S. support in the form of fair trade agreements which prioritize labor, indigenous and other human rights, and environmental protections. Instead, our government is sending jobs overseas where Mexican workers' and farmers' rights are abused under rapacious free trade agreements that reduce wages and decimates the environment. Plan Mexico would impose regional militarization and reduce spending for social services, adding to a cycle of poverty and instability.
Plan Mexico is a dangerous ploy by the Bush administration to intervene in the affairs of Mexico for decades to come, while ignoring the need to create good-paying jobs at home. Tell Congress to stop Plan Mexico.